What are the heroes of the DC universe ready to sacrifice to save their Earth from the triumvirate? Well, let's hop into the pages of Aquaman Justice League Drowned Earth Special number 1, the finale to this crossover event, and find out for ourselves. Alrighty then, so much like all the issues that preceded it, this one opens up with a flashback. This time around, we're seeing Orion. He's erecting the towers in Atlantis with the help of his Amazonian engineer, in hopes that one day he'll be able to use them to help bring the power of life to other universes in need. Of course, we all know how that ended up, so ooh yeah, sad faces. Now back in the present, things are still getting dire. Mira and her team are under attack by a bunch of transformed members of the superhero community. Flash's exposure to the floodwater too is only getting worse, which means if they don't hurry this up, he's gonna become a fish monster soon too, and then he won't be any help to anybody. Luckily, Aquaman and Wonder Woman managed to show up just in the nick of time, and just like that, these two separate storylines have finally met back here in the middle. This is what we call in writing terms dovetailing. Now that the good guys are all finally back together, they have a hell of a debate ahead of them. They have the Extinction Tier and they have Poseidon's Trident, which means they essentially hold the powers of life and death in their hands. Mira, it would seem, is actually feeling the effects of the Tier of Extinction that she turned into a sword. She just wants to kill all the evil sea gods and get it over with, while Aquaman feels that he needs to put right what went wrong all those millions of years ago by redeeming the triumvirate. In fact, in what I'm going to call a brilliant piece of writing, Arthur says that it would only be right for him to try and build a bridge between himself and the triumvirate because, well, Aquaman only exists because two worlds built bridges to one another. Whatever the heroes decide to do, they better hurry up and quick because the triumvirate has summoned the Death Kraken, the most horrible creature at their beck and call. If its tentacles touch the water, everything else in the water will instantly die. Oh, like we needed more reason to hate creepy space tentacles, am I right? Or maybe you love creepy space tentacles. Hey, I'm not one to judge. Hey, so here's something crazy. All those Atlantis towers that Orion was working on, turns out they're actually spaceships. Wonder Woman thinks that if she can go ahead and reactivate them because, well, they are Amazonian tech and she is an Amazon, then our heroes will be able to push past the triumvirate space blockade. Granted, Cheetah has different ideas, and I mean, hey, who doesn't love a good old-fashioned Wonder Woman Cheetah throwdown? It's everything the rest of the heroes can do to try and cover Diana and buy her time, while Arthur attempts to open up a parlay with the sea gods, but they're not having any of it. Eventually, Aquaman and Mira hit upon the idea that maybe, just maybe, they've been doing this wrong and they don't have to choose 100% to use the powers of life or the powers of extinction. That perhaps the way to win this day would be to actually finish Orion's great work, and that is bring together both powers inside the conch. Aquaman says that it's a true leader that should wield this kind of power, and well, he hasn't been king for a very long time, but that he can't think of anyone better to wield this power than Mira herself. She does, and she ends up sending out a calming message of love and life to all the oceans across the universe, including Earth, where even the heroes say their minds are affected by it. No doubt the ancient part of the human mind that once crawled out of the ocean before evolving. Or, you know, before Xenu happened, or whatever Skyman that you pledge. Now, for the first time, the heroes actually end up turning the tide of battle, and it looks like they're going to win. Lex Luthor tries to get Black Manta to withdraw from the fight, considering the Legion already got the totality, and they don't want to get into another fight so soon. Manta could care less, though, about what Lex and the Legion wants. He figures this is as close as he's ever been to defeating Aquaman and taking his rightful place as god of Earth's oceans. And in fact, for a minute there, it looks like Aquaman is actually melting the hearts of the triumvirate. He offers them the Trident with his apology, saying that what happened to them should never have happened. Manta figures if he can't trust the triumvirate to go through with their evil plan, then he's just going to start killing them, even though doing so means no one is piloting the Death Kraken anymore. Which means once it's done turning Earth into a graveyard, it's not gonna stop. It's gonna go from planet to planet, killing everything it can find. Aquaman bravely, without his powers, decides to get into a punching match with Black Manta, even though doing so almost certainly means his death. Seeing this, the final member of the Triumvirate decides to return Arthur's powers to him. Manta could care less, though, as he says, how will talking to fish be able to help you when the Earth is already doomed? Yeah, well, funny thing about that, I don't know if you've been paying attention, David, but the entire Earth was turned into fish monsters, which means Aquaman now has a full army at his back. Sadly, none of this solves the problem of the Death Kraken. Heroically, Arthur decides to take the power of the trident directly into the mouth of the beast itself, figuring that if it's made of death energy, the only thing that can defeat it is life. The beast is vanquished in a massive flare-up of light. The waters recede from Earth, but sadly, Aquaman is nowhere to be found. The people of Earth are aware of Aquaman's courageousness and how he was the one who sacrificed himself so that they all may live, but even the Justice League gives up hope of seeing him ever again, erecting a statue and having a funeral. Wonder Woman, though, she's not so sure. She says that Arthur is a mariner and that he's only gone to find new shores, new waters to discover, and once he's done, he'll come back to them again. So that was Aquaman Justice League, the Drowned Earth Special Issue #1, everybody, and overall I thought it was a pretty damn satisfying conclusion to what was ultimately a pretty satisfying crossover event. At times it was a little all over the place, and I asked myself how important is all this new lore that Scott Snyder created going to actually be in the long run when Kelly Sue DeConnick is coming on board to, as far as I can tell, pretty much reinvent Aquaman from top to bottom. Maybe to be more in line with the movie, maybe not, who knows. I did really enjoy that at the end of the day, compassion, bridge building, and self-sacrifice are what wins the day for the heroes and not just punching the enemy really hard. That's something of a rarity in stories like these, and I appreciate Snyder pushing and challenging himself to do something different and against the grain, but also have it feel organic and earned. Ultimately, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this finale an 8.5 out of 10, and I'm interested to see where Aquaman is going to go in the future. I'm Cape Joel, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, you know what? If you're in the market for a good comic book trade, might I recommend using my link down in the description? That's right, through Book Depository, not only will you get an amazing deal and not have to pay for shipping and handling, but anything you buy via my Book Depository link actually goes to support me in the channel. So you win, I win, everybody wins, right? And until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you for watching, and I will be continuing to make comic content that smacks of greatness. Bye-bye.